Hi, I'm John Reiter. I work with Merrill Lynch here in Batavia. And on behalf of our office, I want to say thank you to the YMCA for nominating us, and thank you to the Chamber for the honor. This really is an honor. We appreciate it. We're excited about this evening. A little background about the Glow Corporate Cup. The concept behind the cup goes back several years. Mike Reach, who works in the office here, and myself, we're looking for an idea, a project that our office could adopt, if you will, where we could raise some money and some awareness for a local charity or a nonprofit, but something we could work on together. Each one of us had been doing our individual volunteer work, but we wanted to do something that we could do as an office as a team building experience. While we were working in Buffalo a couple of years ago, we had an opportunity to participate in the Corporate Challenge, and as probably most of you know, the Corporate Challenge is a huge race that they run in Buffalo and Rochester and most of the other major cities across the country, and it's also a fundraiser, and at the end of the race they have a big mixer, a big business mixer, turns into a big picnic or a party, and we thought, hey, we could do this here in Batavia. And with our office, we could do most, if not all, the work leading up till the race day. So we came back, proposed the idea to the office, and everybody seemed to like the idea and said, okay, let's give it a try. The next step was trying to figure out determining who we would raise the money for, run the event for. The YMCA's name was proposed, and it seemed to make a lot of sense because the health and wellness was a good fit with the run, and somebody had thrown out the idea of doing it for the Glow region as opposed to just Batavia or just Genesee County, and because the YMCA serves all 4 counties, that made sense too. And then lastly, we knew that while we could do most of the work leading up until the day of the race, that on race day we were going to need a huge amount of volunteers. And because of the YMCA's large volunteer base, we figured that they would be able to help us out on race day, and that's exactly what happened. This last year, the Y provided over 70 volunteers, which you need to have an event like this run smoothly. When we originally came up with the idea and we're making some projections, we were hoping that maybe in year 1 we'd have 200 to 300 participants, and maybe in year 2 or 3, if we were lucky, we would get to 500 participants. As it turned out, in year 1 we had 500 participants. Those were people that just ran and jogged and walked, and then we had those folks that were there for just the mixer afterwards. And then in year 2 we had 700 participants, and then all those folks that were there for the party afterwards. So there was well over 1,000 people that attended or participated in some way, shape, or form in the event last year. And it's been a great experience for our office. I mean, the office feels really good about it, and quite honestly, it's been a nice distraction for everybody to work together and focus on something a little bit different than that day-to-day work. It's a big undertaking, and it's not something that you couldn't do without dividing up the roles and responsibilities. You don't think about it until you're in the throes of it, but logistically there's so many moving parts. We tapped Mike Grammatico on the shoulder to handle the logistics, where we were going to place it in Centennial Park, what we were going to do with the layouts with the tents, where do the bathrooms go, where does the garbage go, where does the stage go for the band, where do we put the registration tent. There's a lot involved. The timing of having the setup and the breakdown. The race itself, very complicated. We want the race to be competitive. We want it to be professional. Fortunately, we have Steve Tufts in our office who has a lot of experience in this area, so he was kind enough to take on that responsibility. He deserves a lot of credit.
When John first approached me about the possibility of our office doing some sort of run for the community, I was ecstatic. I'd been a runner for years and years. I'd organized a couple runs for the JCs. I'd even measured a couple courses for USA Track and Field certification. He felt I was the ideal co-worker to pull off a quality event we could be proud of.
The vision of the Merrill Lynch office here in Batavia was to make an impact in the lives of the community beyond the simple things we do on a day-to-day basis. So when John shared this event with me and said, this is kind of something we would like to take the reins and lead on. I saw this as a great opportunity for this local office to really get involved. I went to our complex director for the region out of Buffalo and spoke with Marty Anderson and shared the vision with him. And they were able to commit some substantial dollars to make us a premier sponsor for this event.
Well, Freed Maxick has a policy where we try to be involved in the community and to be as supportive as we can. So my good friend John Ryder came to me one day and asked me if we would be a corporate sponsor of the Glow Corporate Cup. And knowing John as I do, I knew he was going to do a great job, and I couldn't say no. And then when we found out that it was also going to benefit the YMCA, another organization that we've been supportive of over the years, that even made it better yet. So those were the reasons we initially sponsored the cup, but it became more than that, more personal than that, I guess, to our firm. It became an event all of my employees thoroughly enjoyed and look forward to doing every year. We had approximately 30 people at last year's event. It's a great night. They go out and do some running and some walking. There's great music and food, and get to network with all of the other sponsors and people who participate, and it's just something, like I say, that everyone here really looks forward to participating in. So it's a great event. I'd like to commend Merrill Lynch on all their hard work in putting it together. It's great for the community. I wish them all the future success in the world, and we're going to continue to be a sponsor and a strong participant in this event. So congratulations to them and best of luck.
Hi, I'm Rob Walker, Executive Director of the Glow YMCA. The Glow YMCA staff and volunteers are extremely grateful for the support and generosity of the Corporate Cup, sponsored by Merrill Lynch. Last year's race raised over $16,000 in our grand total of $200,000 that was provided to our community, including Camp Huff. On behalf of the staff and volunteers at the Glow YMCA, we'd like to thank Merrill Lynch and all the supporters of the Glow Corporate Cup and look forward to seeing you at this year's race.
We want to thank everybody who's participated to this point. We want to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much. And if for those of you that haven't participated, come join us this year. It's a lot of fun.
The 2014 Innovative Community Contribution of the Year, Merrill Lynch.